Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Ashe. Can I say something?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's required.
Yes, okay. Yeah, his name is Knowledge. Brother Knowledge. Okay. It says here, attention both choirs, the 419 Community Youth Choir and Ann Jerkins Harris Academy of Excellence have been invited to sing at the MLK Prayer Breakfast held here on Monday, January 20th. 20, I got the wrong date on there. It says 29th on this, but I'm gonna change it.
Right.
This is for the parents who are here. So Miss Portia, you get one of these flyers and change the 29th to the 20th. And I think you were with us last year, right? Okay. So please, we're starting rehearsals for the choir this Saturday right here. And we want you all to come and bring your grandchildren, your great-grands, and your children. So we have a performance for this coming up. And we're also doing the Art Tatum show coming up the first Saturday of February. So keep that in mind.
Oh, there was another question that we wanted to ask you, all right? So you got you on the text group. Why is Kwanza important to you, Sister Diane?
Oh my gosh, these principles are something that you live by every single day. And in fact, that's how you get your gifts, your zawadi.
Yes.
The word, that's how you get it, because you don't just get it because you're naughty or nice, like with the Santa Claus and all that. You get it because you actually are doing, you are applying the principles every day. Not just during Kwanzaa time, it's every day. So for myself, last Kwanzaa, I had a piece of paper trying to get people to bring their children to the choir here at the Frederick Douglass Center, and it started out really well. I think the most students I had was 20 at one time, and it's fluctuated a lot, but I always have somebody here, even if it's only 2 students. We have never had nobody show up. We've had someone, and my goal is to take them to the Ohio Black Expo, and it happens every Memorial Day weekend in Columbus, Ohio. I know the lady who puts it on, her husband and her, and as soon as we're ready, we can perform at the Ohio Black Expo. And but we're not ready yet because we got to get our numbers up. We got to get consistent. I'm doing my part, but I need the parents. And I'm at a school, and it's just frustrating because Brother Oscar came 2 weeks ago when we had our Christmas program, and he spoke to the audience, encouraging the parents to come and bring their children because they're so talented. Yes, but they can't do it by themselves. And so I'm only at that school once a week because I should have been gone. I should have been retired like 5 years ago. I'm still teaching, barely. And I just want to do what I can, but I can't, I need those parents to come on Saturday. I can't. It's very hard to get them. 3 o'clock every Saturday, 3 o'clock, and I work at Forte at 9 in the morning until about 1. So I'm already working hard that day, and then I come and try to do the choir, and so that maybe next year when we do Kwanzaa, it's going to take a little time to pick up. And in fact, our pastor this Sunday talked about the Chinese bamboo tree. And he used that allegory to let us know that sometimes things that you do, whatever it is you do, might take a long time. You might not even see it growing because it's under the ground. Things are happening behind the scenes or whatever. So we just have to keep at it. And he really encouraged me to say, just don't give up. Don't give up. Even though I'm past 60, just keep on doing it. And, one day it'll work out.
Well, I think that
self-determination.
That's right. Give it up. Next, we're going to light the candle. So if I can have you come up. make sure we have our candle lighting. With all of us living healthy, sometimes it's hard to find the lighter. You'd be like, who has the lighter? Oh.
Margali.
Yeah.
Margali.
Yeah.
That's what's the news. We're doing purpose tonight. My purpose right now is to light the candles. These candles are a representation of all the principles of Kwanza. So each night, we light the candles for that particular night. And as we go forward, like I say, we need to understand the principles. So we can do the principles. The first candle I'm going to light is which one? Black. And the black represents what? People. And the second night, we go to the end of the Panara and we light the red candle. Which night will be what? The red candle on the end for the second day will be what? Chagalia. It means self-determination. And also, the red candles represent the struggle. We got the black candle for the people, the red candles for the struggle. If we go over to this side, green candle, that represents what? Jima. What does Jima mean?
Because it's easy to take something, graft it, and make it other than it is if you don't know the history of it. Look at us, how we've been made because we don't know our history. So we're gonna have our brother Joshua come up, read the history, and then we're gonna have brother Oscar come with the libation to lift up our ancestors, those who we stand on their shoulders.
I'll just speak from there. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Bargani? All right. So Kwanza celebration by Dr. King in 1966. It was a result of the Watts riots that happened the year before, and he figured that we needed to come together as a people, and he set these principles in order. I believe he studied for a couple of years, picked up Swahili, did things of that nature in order for us to come together as a unit and to kind of overcome the depressions and things that are affecting us as people, as a community. So that's the result of Kwanza. He came up with these principles. One thing about these principles I really appreciate is that it's really about unity. It is the things that's going to save us from ourselves and from our oppressors, you know?
Yes, sir.
It's going to bring us together. So I was looking up Kwanza, and I was looking up history, things that were happening back then, 1964, 66, 67, 65. And there was one thing that struck me that I wrote down a little bit about. You guys don't mind if I share it with you?
No, sir.
So here's what was happening back then. Moni Hand, let me talk about Daniel Moni Hand. She was the Associate Secretary of Labor in the United States, had a lot to do with economics and stuff like that. And he was saying that there was a problem with our family, the Negro family, and the state of the black family was going to not only affect our own community, but nationally, the whole national community, right? It said that it would affect the socio-economic status of the United States of America. And he said the reason that we weren't spending money and being a positive aspect on the economy was one thing, the unemployment rate amongst us. Two things, single parent contributions, meaning there's a lot of single parent households at this time. This is in 1964, right? And he wanted to change policies as to help us out and to bring us back together. So I say all of that to say, first, they recognize the value of our dollar and us as a community. Second, single parent contributions. Second, the nuclear family has been separated. We've been taken apart. We've been pulled apart. And that they notice how important we are as a unit. I think it's by design for us to be separated. I think it's by design for us to be separated. And it's funny that I say this thing happened in 1964 because some of the things they're talking about here in the Mo Nihan report is affecting us still today. So this is why Kwanza is important. This is why I agree with you when you said that it's a 365 thing. These principles we need to live by every day. So Kwanza is a beautiful thing, but I'd like for us to be able to do things more often on a more consistent basis so that we can really see the effect and change. Not necessarily just around Christmas, because honestly, by the time Christmas comes back around, I'm having to remember what Kwanza is, you know? And it's not something that we should forget, all right? So that's it for the history. Thank y'all for listening.
All right, before we bring Brother Oscar up for the libation, I want to read that principle. Then I'm going to have some audience participation. You know, always go off script just a little bit. Nia is to make our collective vocation the building and development of our community in order to restore people to their traditional greatness. And if you look behind me, you see two flags. The to red, black, and green. Anyone know what those colors mean? Shout them out. Yeah, it doesn't matter how you shout it. Sometimes we need to be seen as, that's right. The Honorable Marcus Garvey created this flag in 1920. There was a song out that had heavy rotation that says, everyone has a flag except the Kuumba. You can look it up on YouTube. Everyone has a flag except the Kuumba. So in 1920, Marcus Garvey thought about us as a people. And that red, it represents the blood that we've shed. And we're still shedding now for our people, to liberate our people and to raise our people. The black, that's us. Black not in the color, but it's the original essence of us. We come from that. Black is a powerful substance, being the original man and woman, the Asiatic black man, the maker, the what? The owner, the what? Cream of the planet Earth, the God of the universe. And the last is the green. That means what? The land. We can't be a people without land. I don't care how many cars you drive. I don't care how many chains you have. We can't be a people without land. We may be the only people on the planet who have never governed themselves. Ever. So land is something that we need, and at one point we may have to consider going our separate ways of our former slave masters and their children. Going the separate ways of their values, their lights, their customs, their education, everything, because we tried everything. There's some signs that you see around. 10 years ago we started CSRN, that's the Community Solidarity Response Network. And there came a time in 2014 that we realized that we can no longer count on our professionals, our pastors, and our politicians to lead us. We can do it ourselves. At one point, there was a call for black power. Anyone remembers hearing that saying? Black power. Black power, right. Say it loud, what? I'm black and I'm proud. Now, at that time, everybody may not have agreed with that. And you may not have had to be a Black Panther in order to say black power. There was another saying, free the land. Does anyone remember that? New Africa, free the land. There's always a saying that's going to happen, that's going to galvanize our people. You may not like it, she may not like it, but the people will rise under that saying. Marcus Garvey said, up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. The Honorable Muhammad said, hold on, that's cool, but a race has a beginning and what? An end. But the original black man, we came with the planet. I don't want to say we ain't nowhere. We ain't doing no bad boy polite stuff. But the Honorable Muhammad said, up you mighty nation, you can accomplish what you will. So those were sayings. In 2012, 2013, you started hearing people say, hands up, what? Okay, why does only 2 people remember that? All right? But that was a call. Some people agreed with it, some people didn't. But it didn't matter if you didn't agree with it or not. It was something that galvanized the people, and we rose. Then we started saying, Black Lives what? And some people agreed with it, some people didn't, but it didn't matter what you didn't agree with, because all of us over here were fighting for our people. Those who said, well, Brother Washington, you guys should say something like, all lives matter. Well, we ain't a part of all. anybody remember the Million Man March. We said, long live the what? Spirit of the Million Man March. We remember everything else. We remember Columbus Day, you go out and make a sale. We remember Halloween, you go out and make a sale. Look, man, brother, somebody needs to pull me over here. But no, somebody needs to say, let me cook. All right, we'll have a cook then. In a few months, you're going to see some of us wearing green for what? St. Patrick's Day. You lift their ancestors every year. Every year. Come July 4th, you're going to be like, man, Washington was a good man. Well, this is probably only Washington that was ever good, but not our former slave master. Not at all. So no. And I want us coming next month for February, lifting up another St. Valentine and wearing red. It's time for us to be for ourselves. And then there's some signs that say, defund the police. And that broke some of our hearts. Brother Washington, why would you say defund the police? We need the police. Well, we need us. We need to be able to govern our affairs. Not to be so quick to give the police everything they need to kill us. So we gotta say so. Aren't you a taxpayer? Yes. I'm a taxpayer too. So if they can defund our schools, if they can defund our programs, if they can defund our communities, well, damn it, we can defund them. Can I get somebody to give me a round of applause on that? You can argue with your mama on that. So it's time for us to stand up now. It's time for us to stand up now. And for some of us that may be over 60, we need your wisdom. For those of us that were in the military, now we need you to help train us to go behind enemy lines and establish a beachhead in our community. We need you. All right, we need you. We need you. And to further lift up our ancestors, we have our brother Austin. Can you come up, brother? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give yourself.
Everybody got any? This is a portion of our program that we give respect and honor our ancestors. They are the ones that paved the way for us, made it possible for us to be here. The road that was not paved, they are the ones who helped pave the way for us. And we should honor and respect them for what they have done. As the brother mentioned, he mentioned quite a few names. And I definitely know some of them. Kwame Ture, we don't have to say Al-Shay yet, but that's one example. I had a chance to meet some of these outstanding people. So if you know of any of those people that paved the way for you, whether it be your mother, your father, your sister and brother who have passed on, if you want to mention their name, we would say Ashe. That means that we show respect to them for what they have done for us. So I'm going to start it off, and I'm going to start it off with a person that I knew personally, Brother Roy Schumann. I'm going to say a few words about Brother Roy. Brother Roy, he could speak Swahili, he could speak French, and also he could speak English. You might very seldom find people in the United States that can speak more than one language. I highly recommend that we should learn to speak other language, to be able to express ourselves to other people in other culture. And I think the mother tongue, the African language, and I'm not saying African language because there's so many different languages in Africa. When I was in Nigeria, the people spoke in that their culture. That's a part of their upbringing, to speak in their mother tongue. So most of them could express themselves in English better than they could other people's language. So I say that we should try to learn different languages. And I'd like to say something about Kwanza. Kwanza is about us. It's about us and our culture. We have lost so much coming from our mother country to these United States of America. Believe it or not, they have taken so much from us. Many things from us. And I'm going to name them. The Caucasian white race owe us a lot. I'm not going to bag my tongue about it. White people own us a lot because we made a way for them, help build this nation. It was said that we came here in 1555. Now, we came here in 1555. When did they establish their constitution? Okay, you know. So I'm saying it's about time that we reflect on our culture. I came from the southern part of the United States, which was Georgia, and I know a lot about Georgia, and I know how they mistreated us. You don't have to tell me nothing about it, because I know I lived the life. I remember Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when he wasn't a hero. My mother brought home a newspaper and showed it to me and said, look how they treated this man. He wasn't a hero at that time. I only live about 50 miles south of Atlanta, Georgia. If we went to Atlanta, Georgia, most of you talk about ATL now, but it wasn't that at that particular time. Racism was in Atlanta, Georgia. I experienced it. So I don't have all that good loving for people who mistreated us. And I must say that. And I must say that when people talk about the enemy, well, anytime people rob you of the knowledge of self and take your culture away from you and everything that you had and refuse to pay you in reparation, that person is an enemy to you. So that's enough. So now, Brother Roy Schumann, Ashe. Okay, now you can join in, naming the people that you know. Ashe.
Gary Bird and the GBE.
James Brown.
Have a great.
Thank you very much. There are a lot of those people I know myself, you were there, had the opportunity to shake some of their hands. So tonight, that's in the libation. And once again, I say, let us remember our ancestors. Whatever they are, we wouldn't be here today. And we always should remember that they people that also that these things that they did, we should remember them. Okay? Well, thank you very much.
Family, it's about that time. And we said before that there's going to be some audience participation. One more time, can we give it up for our brother Oscar Shahir? Can we give it up for our sister Diane Webb? Wherever she is, she's with family and friends. And can we give it up for our brother on the ones and twos, Joshua? All right, now I want to see what's on some of our mind when it comes to purpose. I talked about CSRN and purpose, and I think that my purpose is to be that older person that can still get it popping out in the streets. All right, I feel that that's me. All right, I can do that. All right, and yeah. Hey, and I would not be able to get it on and popping like that without a wife that loves our people, that loves our people. I cannot be Brother Washington without Sister Yvette. Never in a trillion, zillion years, that could not happen. And I couldn't be Brother Washington to Sister Yvette without being trained. I don't know if everyone's familiar, should be familiar with the Nation of Islam.
Islam, and at one point I was Brother Washington X, like Malcolm was Malcolm X, and Mr. Louis Farrakhan was Louis X, and I was fresh out of college, either Penn State or State Penn, and someone invited me to the mosque. And I wanted to see, man, I don't know how those brothers are. Is everybody just, yes, sir, brother, we're going to do, that's what I thought. And I met two men, and they've worked with me since 1991. And two of them are in the house right now. If I can have Brother Edwin Muhammad, if you can stand up, brother, if you can stand up. That's my minister. He has that thing that can reel me back in. So if you think I'm out here wilding, you should have saw me before he reeled me back in to let me know how to also be a statesman. All right, you just can't be about black liberation to a fault, that you exclude everyone. If they don't worship like you, if they don't go to the same schools or the same clubs as you. And I've seen Brother Edwin work in our community, from Genesis Hair Nail Concepts to the Toledo Urban Federal Credit Union, in helping people. And he's not one to take pictures of the people that he helps and post it online. That's my job, all right? But I wouldn't do that all the time. But he's the one that helps me have a sense of balance so that I can be Brother Washington. However, you can't be an FOI. That's what they call us on the Fruit of Islam. And that's not the name of the people. That's the name of our training. And you just call it the training. And is Brother Michael still here? All right, Brother Michael Muhammad, he's our captain. And the Nation of Islam is a military. It is a military. We're going to need to defend our people. We can love God, but we can throw hands. All right? We can love God, but we can beat your ass at the same damn time. All right? And if you ever decided to come to a Nation of Islam meeting, everyone is checked. Has anyone ever been to the Nation of Islam Mosque? All right. All right. And I'm inviting you not to change your religion or anything like that. No. You need to have some of this black experience. All right. This is required activity for you. If you love Muhammad Ali, if you love Malcolm X, then you might want to check out the Malcolm X factory, the Muhammad Ali factory. How would you think Brother Oscar could be Brother Oscar without that type of training? So I'm thankful for all of the men who have trained you that you don't see. All you see is Brother Washington to come out here and say something slick or whatever. I didn't come up with this on my own. And I'm thankful to be able to accept the leadership of other men. And today is a beautiful day for me for purpose. And one of the things about today is also, you know how people celebrate birthdays? All right. Well, we call them birth anniversary because you really only have one birthday. All right. You know that. And if you do have a birthday, you need to probably call your mom if she's still here, because she did all the work. All you did was just come out. Some of you we had to go get you. All right. But today is what I call my love date, because this is the day that my wife was born. So that's an important date. That date existed before I met her, and that's a very important date in my life. Purpose, to make our collective vocation the building and development of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Now, I need to get at least maybe 5 or 6 comments of what this purpose means.
purpose? All right, so I'm scanning right now. What does purpose mean to you? Can I see a hand? Yeah, Ms. Doublefield.
Okay, my immediate purpose is to find veterans who are willing to participate in a program that honors the speech of Martin Luther King, Time to Make the Silence, Time to Break the Silence, which is a little known speech. And my job is to find Black veterans, especially those during the Vietnam era, that would be willing to read some of that speech. So if anybody out here is interested, let me know how I can get in touch with you.
Beautiful. Purpose. All right, purpose. Nita. All right. I'm scanning. I see somebody in the back. Can you stand up? What's your name, brother?
Antoine Oxford.
All right. What is your purpose, brother?
Well, you helped me find my purpose when I came up from the penitentiary, worked with the set program or whatever. And I seen the injustice in the system, how they was treated. You know what I mean? How I was treated. You know what I'm saying? They let me die from asthma attack and only everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? When I came home, you embraced me or whatever. So I have a program called Oxford Living on Purpose, because one of my purposes is to help educate people, help to guide them and about the justice system. We see all this corruption going on in our neighborhoods, whatever. But it's up to us to talk to our youth and to reach the parents and talk to them about how we should be schooling them, whatever. So part of my purpose is trying to help get the young Black youth and men, young Black youth period, back on track. And so that's part of my purpose, is just a motivational speak, and sometimes, you know, to living by example. Because if they seeing you doing it and living it, then they can say you're doing nothing wrong.
All right, thank you, brother. Can we give it up? Sister's hand over. What's your name, sister? Phyllis.
Phyllis Flowers. I believe my purpose has always been to deal with justice on behalf of our people, and I've done that in probably the last 35 years, representing claimants as an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
In various cases, government benefits, Social Security, education, civil rights, and currently I'm representing our the state NWO, Ohio Task Force on Education, and we are countering, we are addressing, and we're in the process of promoting a national program through the NWO that will address the injustice of our education program nationally. And it started here in Ohio. So you'll be hearing more about that. But as the young brother said earlier, a lot of things have been designed to keep us down. Yeah. Education, what we have now, we have integrated schools with segregated education. 70% of our children nationally, and particularly in Toledo and in Ohio, are failing. What you hear on the news is about the 30% that is succeeding, but at even lower rates than they should be. And so that is my purpose at this point in time, and we really need parents and the students themselves to get involved in 2025. And we'll hear more about that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Sister Phyllis. Can we give it up? Once again, Mia, purpose. How many, was that 3, Brother Rashid? Okay, I'm looking for 2 to 3 more. Brother Josh.
My purpose, so I run a program called the I Can Skate program. We teach kids skateboarding, but it's really skateboarding is the backdrop to teach them life skills. We have a set of principles that we use called the 4 C's, where we teach them about confidence through courage, commitment, and consistency. Basically, those 3 lead to confidence, and I think that's something that we're missing in general.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's something that the youth, especially in this neighborhood, are missing in general. So, and I grew up in this neighborhood, and I kind of understand how it rolls.
Yeah.
So, that's my purpose right now. That's what I do.
All right, thank you, Brother Joshua. That's Mia. have room for one more? Mother Gordon.
My purpose is to always share Kwanza and the inclusive side with our community and the nation.
All right, beautiful. Can we give it up for our speakers? Our keynote speakers. And I want to read a quote from Malcolm, Brother Minister Malcolm X. He said that regarding NIA, he said that policies change, programs change according to time, but objectives never change. You might change your method of achieving the objective, but the objective never changes. And he said, our objective is complete freedom, complete justice, complete equality by any means necessary. That's our brother Minister Malcolm X. Now at this time, I'd like to call up our vendors. I need to know, what are you selling? What do you have? If I can have our vendors, I'm looking at Sister Muhammad, I'm looking at Ashley, and also, I think Kay has something for us tonight. I'm trying to look at Kay. No, is she not looking at me, Ashley? Okay, all right, okay, all right. I know what that not look means, but it's all good. I can walk right over to that table, all right? All right. And thank you, everyone. Can you give yourselves a round of applause? Yes, you come to the mic.
All right, assalamu alaikum. All right, I got an extra nice treat for you. So since we've been coming for the week, we got a new edition of the Final Call newspaper. So pick your paper up, even if I already gave you one. That means you get 2 complimentary issues because you're special. Now, I've been talking about the missing ingredient in the pies, right? Yeah. What was it? Love. All right. So now I got love, but I also got a gourmet pie for you. So not only do I have the plain bean pies, I have the gourmet bean pies, which is a blueberry bean pie. Yeah. So you hear that we have some blueberry bean pie fans in the house that have asked me all week about it. So that's why I got the bean pies. So they are going very quickly, and if you do want one and I don't have any more, I'll make you some tomorrow. All right.
There you Rodney, there's something that we have to say. No. Kind of the opposite. We had said that he like this. Most times in government, I think 4 years ago, we saw the transfer of government from one slave master, one pharaoh, or whatever. All right, one oppressor to the next. And with Toledo Kwanza House, we had to go through that same process of transferring power and transferring leadership. So throughout the years, I think Mother Gordon has been the chairperson for Toledo Kwanza. Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, everybody's venting now. Oh, well, just hold on. Just hold on, Sister Muhammad. Yeah, I was wondering where all the sound's coming from. All right, man. All right, it's like that. That means hurry up. I want to reintroduce the new leaders of the Toledo Kwanza House, Brother Rashid and Brother Rodney. Can we give them a round of applause? It's not often that we see a transfer of power and leadership without drama, all right? Without gossip. But when Ms. Gordon realized that we need to make this change and make it now. Now that we have young people interested, they have new ideas, new ways of doing things. Let's put them in a position now, while we have Ms. Gordon still here. So I thank you, Mother Gordon, for making that decision. And lastly, before we close out with Rodney, I would really like Rodney and Rashid to talk about the need for leadership and what's that like for you. I
can't get the spot here. How are you doing tonight? So the question was need for leadership.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we as a community do need to have people to step up and lead the way. Because everyone likes to say things need to be done, but then no one actually does them. Doing stuff is hard. I'm not gonna hold you. I am incredibly tired right now. As soon as you all leave, I'm going home and going to sleep. That being said, I still got up and I still got here because I wanted to see all of you be a part of this. So I understand things are hard, life is hard, but sometimes you gotta push through and make things a bit better. Anyway, you guys?
Bargani, everybody. All right, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Rashid Spencer. I'm one of the executive directors for this program. What was the question again, Brother Muhammad? Leadership. The need for leadership. What does that look like? That looks like our community, right? We are people who don't yet have a leader, but we have a purpose or a need and a vision for guidance, right? And for me, that vision of leadership took place 2 years ago. On this day, you remember that, Mother Gordon? On this day, 2 years ago, she asked to have me help lead the Kwanza Association. And at first I was scared, but she saw something in me that most people don't see, which is leadership, right? I was kind of hesitant, and once I got the hang of things, I've been mentored by Brother Muhammad, Brother Don, Mother Gordon. There's been a lot of things that have taught me the skills of leadership that I'm very grateful for. And hopefully we can continue this and bring in our next group of people to train them up as leaders in the community or leaders in their hometown or wherever they're from, wherever they do. So I'm thankful for the gift of being taught leadership as well as being here and leading y'all. So thank y'all so much.
the Lincoln Farmer, so for some years now. I usually, I'm with my husband and my other children. I have 6 children, so we've been coming for a while, but that's not why I came up here, to say that when he did the Ashes earlier, he mentioned Mr. Shootman. I call him Mr. Shootman because I went to school with Jamal, his son. So I didn't know that he had passed. So that was real touching to hear that, right? When I was in, I want to say it was like 5th grade, no more than 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade, at Rosary Cathedral, he came and he taught us Swahili at the school. So when he mentioned his name and then talked about the languages, I just wanted to share that with everybody, that's where I learned how to say Swahili, the alphabet, from Mr. Shipman.
All right, so Ms. Elsie, can you come up and do announcements? And then we're gonna go off Harambe, and then I'm gonna need the committee members to come up. And I need all of us here because I need to get that picture taken while we're all here, because as soon as we say Harambe, everybody's leaving. All right? I know how you are. Our Mother Gordon, if you could come up, if you don't mind. Okay, we're gonna come over there. No, there. All right, it is what it is. All right.
My, don't you all look good? You look so good out there. Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. All right. I'm here to make the announcements for you. How many of you have been enjoying this so far? Isn't it a wonderful thing? It's a wonderful thing. And I just want to encourage you to come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. We're going to have another wonderful time. We want to see your face. And please do not forget that we do take any donations that you have. We've received some, but anything that you wish to give, we will be very happy to take it, because it takes money to take these things on.
That's right.
Anywhere you go, right? You go to the club, it takes money.
That's right.
You go down the street, it takes money.
That's right.
So let's encourage our own selves. Okay? Let's encourage us. Us.
That's right.
We're important, whether you know it or not. Like Brother was saying, we can stop a lot of this stuff going on out here. Withhold your money and see what these people do.
That's right.
Withhold your money. They'll make a change. Trust me. They will make a change, because they do not intend to lose a dollar bill. Okay? So, yeah, I say, because it's important to them. It's important to us to be us and to support us. So please, make sure you come back, and not only come back, invite someone. And he was talking about leadership. Yeah, I want you to encourage you. I'm a leader too, but I just sat back. I just want to be quiet. I want to encourage you to encourage your children to become leaders. Start training them. Start working with them. They can do it. You'd be surprised at what these young kids can do. They run circles around you, but they have to be taught. And don't be afraid to teach them. Encourage them to reach out for help if you need help. I'm a leader, but guess what? I can call on you in a minute. I'll call you by your name. I'll share something with you today. I went to the grocery store and lost my car. Lost my car, okay? And I'm on the other side of the parking lot. I'm just looking for my car. And I said to one of the young men that come out and get the cars, I said, can you help me find my car? He said, lady, I don't even have a car. I said, never mind, you can't help me. but you know, and I just kept walking, and this one of us said, gentleman said, have a happy new year. And I said, I will if I can find my car. You know, he didn't hesitate. He said, okay, lady, where are you? I said, I don't know anything. And you know that man stayed until he found my car. Don't you tell me we don't have somebody looking out for us. Okay. I was on the other side of the parking lot. Didn't have no clue where my car was. So I'm just saying that to say this. Be kind to one another. Be kind. separation, and it takes unity. We can do it. We can do it. And like I said, we do have areas for you to contribute, and we take cash. We're not beyond that. We take cash. What are those two areas that we have? You hear that cash app? Now, I can do cash app. The rest of it, I don't know anything about it. But cash app, I can do that, and cash, I can do that. Okay? So anytime we ask, please don't hesitate to help us. You help us, we can better help you. Better help you. And we will. So we ask that you work with us. Is there one other area that we can do?
I think that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
What you mean?
I'm sorry.
January the 20th, we will be here for the MLK Black tribute. We're gonna do it for our community. Everybody doesn't like to go to TU. So we're gonna have performance and enjoy ourselves, and we'll have a beautiful breakfast. It's some eggs, bacon, sausage, and some biscuits.
What about protest? What about seven?
Oh, we can let you make them. We're really excited. There is a lot of programs that will be going on here at the Frederick Douglass Center, and every month, and they're getting ready to do a Black Studies program and some other things that will be taking place. But we need the community to come out and support. And if you don't have money or donation tonight, you can always go to the credit union, Urban Federal Credit Union, and they have what we call the Frederick Douglass Center donation area. So you can always do that. We always say thank you ahead of time because we appreciate anything that you do to help our community. Because we use it for the kids in the neighborhood. And we gave out 400 turkeys this year. We gave out driver's license and bus passes and birth certificates. And we'll start that program again. So if you know someone who needs a bus pass to get back and forth to work, and they're an adult, or either they don't have their birth certificate and need to have it replaced or get it, contact the Frederick Douglass Center, because we'll be doing that in the month of January.
I promise we can all leave. I'm gonna go to sleep too. Can you please speak about the care move on the last night, please?
The care move is where we feast together. We bring a dish and we sit down and talk and sit with someone that you don't know so that we can better connect with each other and learn about each other. And you may be sitting next to the doctor or the next mayor or either someone that can help your child or mine. And so let's always talk to one another and share, because when we share with each other, we are helping each other to learn more about what is available to each other.
So that's for here?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
No, that's tomorrow.
No.
That's Wednesday.
The first.
On the first.
Yes.
The last day.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs. It's gonna be upstairs
It'll be upstairs
in the gym.
because we may have to give them some food.
And it will be the same time as we do the celebration. So doors open at 5, there will be vendors. We'll start eating about 6:15. We'll give it 6:15. So wear your African garments. If you have it, if you don't, it's okay. Just come and celebrate with us. Before we do the Harambe means to pull together. And we have 3 committee members that I would like to acknowledge because there are new incumbent members. One being Brother Josh Cunningham, Tatiana, and Tony Graves. So I wanted to come up here and do Harambe with us because I'm appreciative for
everybody first. Stand up, hand up, pull in, Harambe 7 times. 7th one, make sure you hold it as long as you can. Sound good? Sound great? Fantastic. We just did. It was pulled together. Harambe, 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 Harambe. Have a great night. Hit up the vendors. Make sure you get home safe. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
If I can see all committee members before y'all leave, please.